In this video we're going to look at junk email and all the options that we've got around it. You'll notice first of all that I'm logged into full Outlook. That's because some of the options that we're going to play with today are not available in the web browser version, so you have to actually open full Outlook on your computer to get them. So you'll notice that in my junk email I have one email, and this is the email, and as we can tell that it's not actually a junk email. You'll always get this message to say that it's disabled certain things in the message. What this is for is just security. Outlook's just treating junk email very, very suspiciously. So it's saying that if there's any kind of links and that sort of thing in there, if there's any code, it just turns it all off and just gives you a basic message. So if we want to turn this into a standard email, so it's incorrectly labelled it as junk, if we right click on it and go to junk, you'll notice that there's a few options. One of them is not junk. So if we click that, the message will be moved back to the inbox folder and it's now back there. Other options that we have in there, we can block the sender. So if you find that it is junk and it's popping into your inbox, or you're getting pestered via email in any way, you can click block sender. We have a couple of other options. So never block sender. If emails from certain people keep popping into your junk email, and for instance, if you're having emails from people in pensions or someone who works for an insurance company or something, it may be that it's picking up that conversation and just popping it into junk, and you can go never block sender. Never block sender's domain, their email address will be their name at something, and the domain is the at something. So for instance, you may have at Microsoft.com, at Google.com, at Apple.com, and this will say never block any emails from that domain. Be very, very careful when you use that, particularly if you use it with a big domain like Google or Apple. You could find that you're getting junk mail coming in that you really want to cover, but by clicking that you've kind of overruled it. Never block this group or mailing list. If it is a mailing list or a group that it's been sent to, it just makes sure that that doesn't get blocked. We saw not junk there, and we also have junk email options. So you notice with this inbox that I'm using here, there's no automatic filtering. Only mail from block senders is moved to the junk email folder. It's worth clicking on here and just maybe moving that to at least low, if not high, but certainly at least low, and clicking OK. You'll notice that the box is ticked to warn me about suspicious domain names. This is a safety procedure. There are certain domain names which is known to be sending spam and junk emails and threatening emails, so it's always worth having that ticked. If you find that you've blocked senders or you've made senders safe and you didn't want to, you'll notice here by going into these junk email options, we've got the options to see the safe senders, the safe recipients, the block senders, and block top level domain lists and those sorts of things. So if nothing else, always right click on an email, go to the junk email options and just move that up to low, to at least try and pick up some of the junk mail. If you go to high or safe lists only, that's fine. Just make sure, particularly with high and safe lists, that you do check your junk email for a while, every couple of days, because you may find that it produces what's called false positives, and it puts email that's not junk into the junk email folder. And that's when you can go onto it and select never block sender. So that is some information about junk emails in Microsoft Outlook.